Hi everybody, welcome to my spookiest video of the year, because in today's Halloween special video, I'm going to show you how I created these photographs using off-camera flash. So I'm particularly excited about this video because it's the first time I've ever done a shoot for my YouTube channel at home. This is my new garage. I only moved into this house very recently, so it's really exciting to actually have a bit of a space at home that I can play around in. It's also the first time that I've worked with Sophie, so thank you so much, Sophie. Sophie is an amazing model. This is not what she would normally be doing, so thank you, Sophie, for doing something that's very, very different. So as always, I'm going to build this up in stages. I know what I want to get in my head, but I want to talk through each of the steps of the process. First thing to say is I have this video light, which is a Godox ML60BI on Sophie. I don't really need that to be there. That is just because it's so dark in the garage that you won't see her without that light being on. So that's the only reason that the video light is on. But it's on, as you might see here, 1%. So the idea is that that is just enough so you can see her, but it won't affect the exposure. So first of all, I'm just going to do one light setup. I'm going to light Sophie from above. And to do that, I'm going to use the MagBox 24 Octa, which is on this C stand. And I'm going to put that right above Sophie. So let's do that now. So the very basic setup I have at the moment is one Godox AD200 in the MagBox Pro 24 Octa. Again, Sophie is being lit with the video light. That is purely so that you can see her. You also see that we turned the actual garage lights on as well. That's just so you can see for the purpose of the video. But yeah, just one light in here, and the MagBox, you can see, has the grid on there. I'm positioning that light directly above Sophie, so when I ask her to look up slightly, then it should look really dramatic. So one light, well, let's just see what that gets. Camera wise, as always, with my Sony A9II with my Sony 85mm f1.8 lens, and I'm using the Godox X2T trigger, as I always do. I'm going to put the speedlight power on a very, very low power. I'm going to go to 128, because when I turn off the lights, the speed lights do not need to work hard at all. It's going to be really dark. That means that the speed light's like, oh, easy. So because of that, we're going to put them on a really low power. Okay, let's just, oh, sorry as well. I'm trying to kill the ambient light. Obviously, there's going to be very little ambient light when I turn the lights off. But I'm going to go to 200 on my shutter speed, f1.8, and the ISO probably with 200, and let's see what that gives us. Yeah, that was good. Actually, the good thing is, with the settings that I've just used, which is 1200, f1.8, ISO 200, that is underexposing this light anyway, so we can keep it on for the purpose of the video. As you can see, if I take a shot here, yeah, there's a tiny, tiny little bit of ambient, but not enough to really affect the overall exposure when I turn the speed lights on. So let's just do a couple of shots like this. Again, very, very basic for now. Excellent. In fact, I'm going to lower my ISO to 100. Just to really kill that exposure. Really good. And in fact, I'm going to go from f1.8 to f2.8, again, just to kill the exposure. That's looking good now. So these are just very basic. Yeah, that's good. Good. Cool. Right, what I want to do now is make it a little bit more dramatic in terms of the lighting. So I'm going to have two speed lights behind Sophie. One over here with, let's say, a purple gel on, and one over here with maybe green. We'll see what it looks like. So let's do that now. So the speed lights are in place now. This is speed light B, because this is A, B, and C. We've got a green MagMod gel over here and a purple MagMod gel over there. Again, because they don't have to work very hard, going to be a low power. They're not front lighting Sophie, so I need to give them a little bit more. So I'm going to just guess at maybe 164 power for each, and let's just see what that gives us. Yeah, that looks really cool. The one issue I have at the moment is that Sophie's eyes are more or less in complete shadow. That's because the light is coming from directly above. So I'm going to now move the MagBox slightly in front of Sophie and just point it slightly down. So still very much above her, but facing her a little bit more. Okay, so just a subtle change. but hopefully an effective one. Let's have a look. If you can just be looking up slightly, but still looking at me, but just lifting your chin. Beautiful, Sophie. Weird to say beautiful when you've got somebody looking like this, but it comes naturally. Also, I just want to say a huge thank you to Claire at Harry John. She did such an amazing job, as you can see here in this time lapse, of putting all this amazing spooky makeup on Sophie. So huge thank you, Claire. I love what you've done. Excellent. What I'm going to do with this same setup, just go from the 85mm to the 35. And then I want to add in some smoke. That's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get the setup exactly like I want it. These are all basically test shots, and then when we add the smoke in, because the smoke's going to fill the room very quickly, I'm not going to have very long to get the shot. So you want to make sure you've got all the foundation in place, then we add the smoke, and then we'll hopefully get the one. Cool, so I'm going to go a bit closer. That's good. I just love doing things like this. I always just buy a load of rubbish basically off Amazon. So I thought, oh, it'd be cool to get a lantern. So I'm going to ask now Sophie to hold this lantern like she's a witch walking through the forest. So if you want to hold this quite close to you, maybe like that, let's just see what that looks like. Let's just put this light round a little bit so we're going to get a bit more green flare. Cool. Let's turn up the MagBox from 128 to 164. That's cool. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Sophie. You can relax from me. How's your arm? It's okay. Okay, this is the exciting bit. We'll get some smoke out now and see what this looks like. So the setup I've got now I'm really happy with. Here are my favourites that we've taken so far. These are all quite basic, obviously. Now we add in the smoke to try and add some real drama. The smoke pellets that I use are going to fill the room very quick, so I'm not going to have too long to get the shot, because after that it's all going to go really, really diffused and it'll be hard to even see Sophie. When that happens, we will go out of the door, let the smoke go away, but we will have 10 seconds or so, 10-15 seconds just to get the one, and it should look really cool. So let's do that.
Should we have warned the neighbours in advance?
Nah. Okay, now notice when we use this smoke, I always put the pellet, there it is, into a mug like this, so it's not gonna cause any damage. Okay, Helen, if you want to be the fire starter. Okay, I'm really pleased with what we just got there. It looked really cool. But I'm going to do another smoke pellet. This time, I've moved Flash C, which has got the purple MagMod gel on it, further round behind Sophie, so we get a bit more backlight here. So rather than just seeing the smoke on this side, we'll see it this side more now as well. I love what we've got so far, but I thought let's play around a little bit more. So we've covered the foreground with cobwebs. And what we're going to do is the same setup, or very similar. Again, got one Godox V860 here, that's got a green MagMod gel on it. One Godox V860 here with a purple MagMod gel on it. We've got the MagBox 24 again above Sophie on the C stand. At the moment, every speedlight is, including the MagBox, is on a minimum power, 128 power. And I'm going to shoot through this spider's web. Now, this spider's web may need a light source on it. I'm just going to see what we get with this setup as it is. Then what I'm going to do is ask Sophie to hold the lantern again, because I think that's really cool. And then we'll add in the smoke again. And it all should come together for the final piece de resistance at the end. We'll see. So I'm going to turn this light off. That's good. Even just looking just straight up. Looks a bit demented. That's really good, Sophie. What I'm going to do now is add a little light source onto the spider's web just to light them up a little bit. So that's going to be D. Let's just change that to D. And that's going to be on a very low power, so minimum power, 128 power. Put green on again, just feathering that. And just looking up again for it. That's it, yeah. Really good. Again, just with your hands at the side, almost like you're pulling your hair out to the side, if that's all right. Like you're angry, but like, that's it, yeah. Good. Cool. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's add in the smoke, and I think that will be it then. I'm really excited to see what this will look like. Just say, when you're using smoke bombs, look at the state of that in there. Oh. Just going to go to the 50mm just to really fill the frame now with Sophee from the head up, from the shoulders up. And I'm going to go really close. I'm going to go to 1.2 as well. Perfect. Thank you so much. Massive thank you to Sophee. Huge thank you as well to Claire at Harry John. Massive thank you to Helen for filming. I've loved today's video. It's been such a good laugh. Here are my favourite photographs from the whole shoot. As always, if you have any questions about anything I've done in this video, please do let me know in the comments. Thank you to Sophee again, and
Happy Halloween!